Tonight on the King Omar Sharif Show, we got a two-part episode on something that every household, every family, every relationship, every organization, every church, every business, every crew, every team needs. And that's a leader. What exactly is a leader? How do you become a leader? So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight and next Tuesday night, y'all. So come on and follow me. Let's talk about it.
Now I see myself in the mirror and I'm not the same. If I don't teach that to my babies, then it's just a shame. I'm on my Michael J, higher than some Billy J. I'm on my Prince wave, I can see the purple rain. Now I can see myself living life very plain. Listen as I put you on a legendary game. Listen as I put you on a legendary game. Listen as I put you on a legendary game. Hang my jersey up like magic, got my worthy up. Mind, body, and soul control made me worthy up. The evil tried to steal me like a burglar, but then I saw his head and started hopping like a hurdler. Ice in my blood, cooler than the state of Maine. Sometimes I don't understand the state of man. Don't worry about your own.
Hello, my beautiful people. I welcome you back to the King Omar Sharif Show, where love and light come together. This show is all about you, your mind, your body, your soul. I believe if we can control those three things, we'll find happiness. All right, y'all, it is time to talk about leadership. But before we do, if this is your first time seeing the King Omar Sharif Show, hit that subscribe button, get notifications each and every Tuesday night, because this is where I will be, and I would love for you to join me and grow along with me. I always tell y'all this, I'm growing right before your eyes. Come on and grow with me, y'all. Come on, let's get it in. All right, so we're talking about leadership, y'all. Now, just because you have people that are appointed leaders doesn't mean that they're good leaders, right? You got good ones, you got bad ones. So what is a leader? This is what we're trying to figure out. Now, for me, I like to think of certain animals that have human qualities or things that we can learn from the animals. And one thing that comes to mind for me is the geese, okay? When we look up into the sky and we see those V's up in the sky, right? And don't forget, last week was about value, the value that you have within yourself. So go and watch that episode as well. And never forget how valuable you are, right? That treasure is right inside of you, waiting to be found. But back to that V formation. When you look into the sky and you see that V and you see that lead goose, right, with the others behind them forming that V and they're migrating wherever they're going, that one that's in the front is their leader. He's the one going through the air resistance. He's the one navigating to wherever they're going. Remember that destination of destiny, okay? But at the same time, when they're flying and that lead geese is saying, go this way, go that way, it gets tired sometimes. And then that lead goose will fall back into the formation and another one will take its place and become the leader. I think that's beautiful for us because that shows communication, right? That shows resilience, okay? Because they're going through all these types of air qualities and miles per hour with the winds and all that type of stuff. And it also shows togetherness. It shows unity. And I believe any great leader should have those qualities and skills and those traits to share with others. So they also can work with you. So they also can work in some type of unison and form your V, okay? So that was one analogy that I wanted to start with. So now let's dive into what traits I believe leaders should have. One thing that I believe a leader should have is vision. You gotta be a visionary. You gotta be able to see things and be able to actually make those things that you see come to life. You also have to make those things that you see make sense to the people that you're communicating those things with. All right? So a visionary and somebody who can actually put action to what they're seeing is a great trait for a leader. Another great thing that a leader does is inspires and motivates people. All right? You got to be able to energize people. You got to be able to give off that good energy to people. And when you do that, that energy kind of just fills up the room. Somebody told me at this place that I worked at one time, they said, Omar, when you come in this building each and every day, you raise up the room. That's the energy that I brought. So I may have not been the boss, the supervisor, or the manager, or whoever at the time. But that's my leadership qualities that I brought and I try to bring into every room that I enter. That energy, that good energy, that motivation for people to be like, hey, let's get through this, let's do this. That inspiration, right? So that's another great trait and quality that a leader should have. Another great trait, y'all, would be integrity and honesty. Have some pride about what yourself. I try to align myself each and every day with the Creator. And I believe the Creator is living and breathing and is me. Okay? Definitely a part of my heartbeat. Definitely a part of the things that go through my mind. Maybe not all of them, because I'm not perfect. Sometimes I do get weak. Sometimes I'm not as strong as I need to be. But I know that it's the Creator's strength that resides inside of me that gets me over these things. All right? So in order to be a great leader, you should be honest. Don't be a liar. If you say something, do what you say. Mean what you say. And people will respect you for being honest. People will respect you for having that level of high integrity. And that goes a long way. And again, it becomes something that everybody can feel and appreciate that's around you. Another great trait of a leader would have to be decisiveness. Okay? You have to be able to look at some type of level of analytics, some type of factual information, and then add what you have to that information to make a great decision that will not only benefit me, but will benefit everyone that's incorporated with us. Okay? So a great leader makes great decisions, decisive decisions. Not every decision is going to be the greatest decision, but when you make bad decisions, what do? We have that opportunity to learn from them and make a better one next time. Now, what happens when we do make a bad decision, y'all? We got to be able to look ourselves in the mirror and say, I messed up. That's accountability. Okay? When you're able to take accountability for the things that you don't do so well, that's where the progress comes. Okay? Like I just mentioned when we talked about making decisive decisions. Not every decision is going to be the right one, but you still must be bold enough and wise enough, because you put in that work and time to say, this is what I believe will be best for us right now. And if it doesn't work, you are accountable and you say, all right, I messed that one up. Okay, let's make some changes. Let's make this better. Okay, so that accountability factor in all aspects of your life actually will carry a very, very long way with the people around you and how you grow inside of yourself. Another great thing that you gotta have as a leader is communication skills. I think communication skills goes inside of about every message that I have. Because unless you're just only dealing with yourself, unless you only talk to yourself, then you gotta communicate with others. Okay, and you wanna be able to communicate where it's positive communication. Now, whether you think you're a leader or not, you may not be the mayor of your city, you may not be the president of the United States, but you are a leader in your household. Everybody is a leader of their household, whether you have children or not. And if you have children, you're definitely a leader. Now, do you want to be a good leader or a bad leader towards those children? Because the things that we teach our children are the lessons and the obstacles that we're putting on them. Okay? So you got the lessons, you got the love. What kind of lessons and love are you passing down to your babies? Okay? You want to be able to teach them the right way, even though it's okay that we weren't taught the right way. But what we have right now is the opportunity to gain information on how to do things the right way and become leaders in our household and communicate with our family and communicate with the people that are around us and communicate with our communities and communicate in the workplace and communicate inside the church and communicate each and every place you go, in the locker room. It doesn't matter. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the show, there's not one area of life where a person is where it doesn't require some level of leadership. Everybody needs somebody to follow, y'all. Okay? So embrace it, accept it, and say, hey, I am a leader. Say that with me again. I am a leader. One more time. I am a leader. Great leaders are adaptable individuals, okay? Things are gonna change. Technology is forever changing. The times are forever changing. The way we view the world oftentimes is forever changing. So with that change, you have to have adaptability. And when you're able to adapt, then you make adjustments. And you make adjustments that work for you and for everybody else around you. So be adaptable. This next one, y'all, is a big one for me because I try to do this for you each and every Tuesday night. And make sure that y'all tune in with me on the King Omar Sharif Show right here on YouTube. But this next one is empowerment. A great leader is able to empower others, put them in place, put them in position to be powerful, put them in place to lead others, put them in position to see how strong they are, put them in position to see that they're leaders too. So we all can work together, all right? And make whatever it is we're doing work, okay? So even in your relationship, empower your man, empower your queen. Y'all gotta have each other's backs, just like that. Hey, you go knock that out, I'm gonna knock this out, and then we're gonna come together and it's gonna work for us. You gotta put a plan in place, empower each other. Because with that empowerment comes a lot more peace, I believe. A lot more ease, I believe. And I'd rather have an easier approach to life because it's so difficult out here. So the less stress I could take out, the better. So empower the people around you. And the next one, y'all, is gonna be continuous commitment to improvement. You should never feel like you're boxed in. Rip it off, rip it open, so you can fly sky high and get to where you need to be. Meet your full potential, all right? So if you're making a commitment to always trying to improve and be better, how could you go wrong with that? And not only are you doing it for you, again, y'all, you're doing it for the team. You're doing it for everybody else, okay? We've had great leaders in our history, okay? And we've had bad leaders in our history. So I aspire to have these great traits and incorporate them in my life, because no matter what room I'm in, I know that I have to be a leader. If I'm not doing it for anyone else, I at least, at minimum, have to be a leader for me and my family. And I encourage you to take that same approach in your life and realize, whether you know it or not, you are a leader, okay? So since we're gonna be leaders in life, we might as well be great leaders. We might as well go down in our family history books and say, look how I changed the dynamics of my family. We might as well go into our workspaces and say, look at how I changed the dynamic in this corporation or this business or my own self-employed business. And that's what I empower and inspire you to do. Find that purpose, find that passion, and let it be a present to the people around you. all right? And essentially, be a great leader because you are a leader. And I believe in you. You just got to believe in you too. All right, y'all. Those were some key quality traits that I believe a leader should have, a leader should possess in their repertoire. All right. Now it's going to be toast time for the king. I got some great juice for y'all. It's summertime, and hopefully we're all being hydrated and doing great things out here. I made some watermelon juice, and this is just juice from the watermelon. I didn't add water this time. I didn't add honey. I didn't add anything. All I did was take that watermelon juice and pour it in this glass. It even got the seeds floating at the top, y'all. All right. So it's toast time with the king. Hopefully you got something good around you and you can have a toast with me, all right? Put that glass up in the air. I'll give you 1 second. Go ahead. All right, I gave you a little bit more than one. But let's have some toast time, y'all. Let's be serious about who we are. Let's be serious about what our intent in life is. Let's be serious about our families. Let's be serious about our goals. Let's be serious about achieving our dreams. Let's be serious about ourselves. Let's recognize that no matter what we're doing in life, in or out the house, we are leaders. Embrace it, accept it, recognize it, and be great at it. All right? So this is to us being great leaders in our own space, in our own right. And it's also to us being able to share that light and inspire others to be great leaders as well. Salute, y'all. Ooh, so good. This episode of the King Omar Sharif Show is presented solely for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or any other qualified professional. All right, y'all, that's the end of tonight's show, and I hope you now know what a leader is. I hope you're sitting there saying, I'm ready to start leading, or I am a leader. All right, so this is what we're going to do, y'all. We're going to come back next week and we're going to talk about how to become a leader. So we're going to make this episode and next week's episode come together and it'll all make sense. All right. And I will be here each and every Tuesday night. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please do. There's so much more light, so much more love to share with each other, so much growth, so much inspiration, so much empowerment. I promise you, y'all, subscribe. I really would appreciate it. All right. And if you can't wait till next week to see another episode of the King Omar Sharif Show, there's so much more to come and so much more to see, like this show and this show. I thank y'all so much, y'all. That's love.